Good morning. Current time is 8:30 on a Saturday. I am at work. I work Saturday normally anyway, so it ain't like I'm making a big deal about that, but had a hard time getting out of bed this morning. I normally leave the house by around 7 o'clock, and I got out of bed at 7 o'clock. By the time I got dressed and got out in the car and got it warmed up, I actually didn't get on the road and driving till a quarter after. By the time I did my normal stop in the morning and got up here, I got up here and I made it to work in time still. I still had like 20 minutes to walk. Car I'm going to, it's right along the main road, so I don't need the GPS this morning, which that's a topic I'm going to get into. I've been using my tablet as my primary GPS because it's available, it can do it, and I have the tri-state area map saved, so it doesn't actually really use any data for me to use the turn-by-turn navigation. And one thing I've noticed is the new update, or the new Google Maps on my phone, it doesn't have an option to store maps. Is that something they got rid of, or is that something that, well, I kind of figure my tablet will never get that update because, well, they can update Google Maps, but my tablet still runs 3.0 Honeycomb. Well, 3.1, not 3.0, 3.11. There's a 3.2 that I'll never get, and I think I've talked about this before, but I've come to terms with the fact that there's just not enough second or third party support. Well, I wouldn't really say that. There's not really a development community that was dedicated to making patches or porting, like, what the hell was that? Porting 4.0 or 4.1, 4.2 to it. And I think the main reason for that is because it's a single core processor, and I think most people's under the impression that a single core processor can't handle it, which I don't know why, but whatever, I'm not going to argue. And that brings me to my next thing. Is Android getting to the point that, or no, is Android getting to the point to where it's trying to be the Windows of the mobile market? Is it trying to get to the point to where every 3 to 6 months your phone's outdated? And in some cases, in a couple months, a phone's considered outdated because you got manufacturers, they make what they call their low-end phones because they're trying to fit a specific price point, and then when they don't sell that well, they just completely pull support for it. Well, what do they expect? I mean, they're making a budget phone. So far, the only company that I've seen that can get away with making a budget phone would be Google with the Nexus series, because the Nexus 4, $300 off contract for, I know it was either like a 16, or was it 8 or 16 gig? I can't remember. But it was an absolute steal for a phone off a contract. Granted, the Nexus 4 is never considered a flagship, I guess, but it was pure unadulterated Google, Android. And the Nexus 5, again, where like, if I was to buy my S4 outright, it's about $650 unlocked to buy it outright. Where the new Nexus 5, which again, I know no expandable storage, but honestly, that don't bother me too much anymore. I've gotten over that whole, no expandable storage, because I have an iPod, or I have a 120 gig iPod. I still have my 16 gig Zune HD. I have options to carry music. But I know Google's trying to push, innovation. They're trying to push hard, or I think they're trying to push too hard, but that's beside the point. But they're pushing so hard, they're trying to take market share from Apple. And one thing Google needs to realize, Apple's not going to lose its fan base. You're just going to have people that just prefer an iPhone. They just prefer iOS. They just... Same way with Windows Phone. Like, the number one selling Windows Phone is actually like the Nokia 510 or something like that, like budget smartphone. And that's what they're selling. And Nokia's is Nokia happy about that? Probably not. Because they're pushing, they had the 920 and like the 1020, and I forget what the new phablet is. But they're going to have that market, and Windows Phone is slowly starting to get to the point to where it's becoming a viable option for someone that's either tired of dealing with iOS, or someone that's tired of dealing with every couple months their phone's outdated. Because that's what it's starting to turn into. I don't know. Like, perfect example, my S4. It's shipped with 4.1.1, or is there 0.2? 4. Anyway, it shipped with one of them, and like literally, like a couple months after I got it, the Note 3 came out with 4.2.2, and they sold it, and the Galaxy Gear, and did I just pass it? I think I did. Yeah, or maybe not. But, not here. $34.68. Yep, I passed it. Damn it. That's like, if I decided that I wanted to go out and buy the Galaxy Gear, it would not work on my S4, because my S4 didn't have 4.2.2 and the Bluetooth 4.0. I mean, my S4 finally got it. It got it actually not too long ago. But now there's, 4.4 KitKat. That came out like a month or so ago. It's probably going to be at least, I ain't going to see 4.4 till probably spring. 3479 right there. Yeah, I'm probably not going to see a 4.4 till spring. And by that time, they'll be either on to 5.0 or... Which one do I do it to? Oh, we'll try this one. There's 2 mailboxes. Oh, no. No, not this refrigerator. Alright. But anyway, I am where I am. I'm going to stop this video here and go over that.